Today we're gonna make oven roasted potatoes. I learned to cook from watching my grandmother Bobedina. I would stand in the kitchen for hours just watching to see what she did. And I do what I remember. I've been asked about my recipe for roasted potatoes more than once. Actually twice, that's more than once. Very easy, you cannot mess this up. So we start obviously with the potatoes. There are all kinds of potatoes. These ones came in a big bag that said white potatoes. You need to peel them. I peeled them. These ones are red. These ones were called white. I also had a bag here. I make a lot of potatoes. These little ones that are sort of very small, they need very little prep, and I usually like them, especially if I make a big quantity. I try to avoid peeling if I don't have to, so I'm going for this. What's the difference? These potatoes, you peel them, they're going to be a little softer, take less time to cook. They're going to be perfectly fine. For today, I'm just making myself these white potatoes. All they need is a little bit of cleaning. You take off, you know, any dark spots. And, you know, if I can avoid peeling, I always do that. Yeah, that one had a big nasty spot. And I think that took care of all of it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now I just cut them in bite sizes. Okay, just that you shouldn't need a knife to eat them. Making your own meals, it's a great way to control your portions, because you just make as much as you need. Okay, and I put them in a bowl. Now this looks like a lot, but it really isn't, because they're going to shrink in the oven. Like most fruits and vegetables, they're mostly water, so they're going to shrink. Now, to bake them, I could use a sheet. I always cover it. It makes cleanup a lot easier. I also have a glass dish that my friend Lydia gave me a long time ago. I absolutely love it. It goes from the oven to the table. It has a base, so I don't have to worry that it's hot. So it's very, very convenient. I also have a Corningware, which I also love. And the good thing about this one is when you're done, you can just put a lid on it and put it back in the refrigerator if you have leftovers. What's the difference? Well, this one is shallow, so the heat is going to cover the potatoes evenly. They're going to be a bit crisper, cook a little faster. This one, it has sides, so the food is a little protected. It's going to take a little bit longer. It's going to be a little bit softer. It's still going to be good. I like to use this if I build it up with a lot of vegetables, which I'm going to do in a minute. So if you just want potatoes, this is it. We're going to season it. I'm going to add a little bit of vegetables. If you do, then you just cut up some carrots and some zucchini. You can add anything you want. You can add sweet potatoes. You can add acorn squash. You can add anything you want. If you really build it up, then this can be an excellent main meal if you want to make a vegetarian meal, a nice salad on the side. If you just want it for a side, then it's totally a side. So this we have. So the very basic is some parsley, green peppers, onions. I put this on pretty much everything. Now, this time I prepped for you. Usually what I do is I said, oh, I need parsley. Let me go and get the parsley. Oops, I don't have any. Okay, but I wanted to make sure that I had it this time, and I already prepared it. So 2 more things are missing, my 2 little secrets. One of them is my tomato sauce. In the summer, when tomatoes are plentiful, I spend the weekend making tomato sauce. It's just tomatoes, garlic, and parsley. That's it. And I freeze them, and then I use them throughout the winter on pretty much everything because I just absolutely love it. And a little bit of oil, just enough to cover. Now comes the second secret. My hands. You want the potatoes to absorb the flavor of the seasoning, and you can do that with a spoon. You can toss it, and they will. But I find that for the potatoes to really absorb the flavor, I go in with my hand and I rub them, and that way the oil and the parsley and the garlic, everything really gets into the potatoes and add to the flavor. Now, if you don't like to touch them, some people don't, you can use a glove, or you can just use a spoon. They're gonna be just fine. I have the oven heating up to 350. That's what I do for pretty much everything. If you're baking something else that requires a higher or lower temperature, just keep an eye on the potatoes. They should get a nice color, and when you poke them with a fork, it should be soft inside. So today for myself, I'm just gonna put them on the baking sheet. How long? Well, on the baking sheet on a single layer, it will take you maybe 45 minutes. Keep an eye on it. On the dish, especially if you fill it up with vegetables, it's going to take a little bit longer, an hour and 15 minutes. Again, the vegetables are going to be cooked. Make sure the potatoes are soft inside. And again, you cannot mess this up. Enjoy.